Hi students, now the next topic is microprogrammed control. In previous session we discussed hardwired control. Now we discuss microprogrammed control. So microprogramming is a method of control unit design. Okay, so control signals are generated by a program similar to machine language programs. That means for execution of an instruction we require control signals. In previous we use hardwired. Okay, now we have to we generate control signals like machine language programs. That means if you execute an instruction, we have to execute a micro instruction. So later we discuss what is a micro instruction. Okay, so coming to control word is a word whose individual bits represent various control signals. So control word is nothing but micro instruction. Okay, so generally a micro program or a micro routine is a collection of micro instruction. So for execution of an instruction we divide the instruction into different sub instructions. So in that one, first one is fetch, decoder. Okay, third one is execution. Okay, again we have to divide those things. So those subdivisions of an instruction is called as a micro instruction. So here the micro instruction is also called as a control word. A control word is a word whose individual bits represent various control signals. Okay, for representing of an instruction, we have to represent, that is an individual represent for generating a control signals. Okay, so each of the control steps in the control sequence of an instruction defines a unique combination of ones and zeros in a control word. So here we have to create a control word. So that control word is a combination of ones and zeros. Okay, so individual control word in a micro routine is referred to as micro instruction. So control word is also called as a micro instruction. Okay, micro routine is nothing but is a micro program. So for executing of a micro instructions we have to execute a micro program. Okay, so see this diagram. So in previous steps we have a wait. So this is an execution of a control instruction. Okay, see here PC here in first step, what are those active means PC out, MAR in, read, select for, add, Z in. So see this in this table. We have to create a micro instructions for the execution of an instruction. So we already discussed the control word or a micro instruction is a combination of zeros and ones. So you see this here in first step we PC out is an active. Okay, MAR in is also active. Next one is read also inactive. Okay, next MDR out is inactive. Okay, next select. Okay, add, Z in. So rest of all things are we placed zeros. Okay, in second step also what are those steps, what are the contains, what are the micro instructions are active, that instructions only we have to place one. The rest of the things are we placed that we set to 0. Okay, so check for that instruction, that sequence of instruction with this table. Okay, you can understand easily. Next, a sequence of control word corresponding to control sequence of a machine instruction constitutes a micro routine. That means the collection of micro instruction is called as a micro routine. Okay, a sequence of control words corresponding to a control sequence of a machine instructions. Okay, is a collection of micro instructions is called as a micro routine or a micro program. Okay, generally a program is a collection of instructions. Like that, if you want to execute an instruction, we required a control signal. So in microprogrammed control way, we have to divide that instruction in subdivisions. Okay, so that subdivisions called as a micro instructions. Okay, so the collection of micro instructions is called as a microprogram. Okay. So the micro routines for all instructions in the instruction set of a computer are stored in a special memory called as control store. So for smoothing of this execution of micro instructions, I have to store all these micro instructions in a separate memory. So that separate memory called as a control memory or a control store. Okay, so for storing of all these micro instructions, I used a separate separate memory. That memory is called as control store. Okay. Next, a control unit generates control signals for every instruction, for any instruction, by sequentially reading the control words of corresponding to the micro routine from control register. So when we are going to generate a control signals, means each and every time if you want to generate a control signal, we have to read a control word of corresponding to the micro routine. So whatever the micro program that contains a micro instruction, that is going to be read. Okay, that is stored in a control store. Okay. MuPC is used to read a control word sequentially from control store. So MuPC is called as a micro program counter. So micro program counter, in previous we called that it as a program counter. Now here we called that it as a program counters for incrementing or else for executing the next instruction. Okay, this MuPC is used to control word sequentially from control store. Okay, so every time new instruction is loaded into IR is nothing but instruction register. Okay, so the output of the starting address generator is loaded into MuPC. Then MuPC is automatically incremented by clock. So here the MuPC is automatically incremented, means first we have to PC specifies points the starting address. After that automatically the MuPC is incremented by 1. Okay, sorry, is incremented by 4. Okay, so incremented by 4, then automatically we got the next micro instruction. So this is automatic process. Okay, so see this diagram. So generally in starting address generator sends address to the MuPC. Okay, first instruction register. So this instruction register send a starting address generator. Sorry, this instruction register send a instruction to starting address register. Then this starting address register sends address to the MuPC. Then this MuPC sends to control store. Then finally we got a control word. Okay, in meanwhile the MuPC is going to be automatically incremented with the help of clock. Okay, so finally we got a control word. Okay, so drawback of the previous microcontrol means it cannot handle the situations when the control unit is required to check the status of the condition codes or external inputs. That means in this diagram we just consider the instruction register only. We are not considered external inputs and conditional codes. So this is the drawback of this diagram. Okay, solution for this, use the conditional branch micro instruction. So in the case of conditional branching, micro instructions specify which of the external inputs condition code should be checked as a condition for branching to takes place. Okay, so to allow this implementation of condition branch inputs to this block consists of external inputs and condition codes and contents of the IR. Okay, so see this diagram. This is the So he see this here in previous starting and branching address register. So if I find out a branch in my instruction, okay, if I find out a branch instruction, a branch micro instruction, so in that situation we have to use starting and branch address. So in that situation we required branch address register. So that's why we are right here starting and branch address generator. Okay, so here we have to use external inputs, conditional codes. Okay, but in this here MuPC is in previous discussion we discussed MuPC is automatically incremented with the help of clock, but some situations the MuPC is not incremented by 4 with the help of clock. What are those situations we discuss here? That is, MuPC is incremented every time a new micro instruction is fetched from the microprogram memory, except in the following situations. So these are the following situations. So when a new instruction is loaded into IR, the MuPC is loaded with the starting address of the micro routine for that instruction. That means if it is a starting instruction, then there is no need to increment. So in that situation there is MuPC is not incremented because that is the starting. Okay, next one is when a branch micro instruction is encountered and branch condition is satisfied. So if in that execution of an instruction we find out the branch, so in that if branch condition is satisfied, the MuPC is loaded the branch address. Okay, so in that situation also MuPC is not incremented. Okay, then in that situation the MuPC contains the branch address. Okay, and next one is when an end micro instruction is encountered, the MuPC is loaded with the address of the first control word in the micro routine for the instruction fetch cycle. Okay, so if it is the last micro instruction, then there is no need to increment. Okay, so these are the 3 situations MuPC is not incremented. So first situation is whether this is the starting micro instruction. Okay, next one is if it is a branch instruction. Okay, in that situation the MuPC contains branch address. Okay, and third one is if it is an end micro instruction, there is no need to increment. Okay, so this is the MuPC is not incremented with these situations. Okay, so coming to the micro instructions, a simple way to structure micro instructions is assigned to one bit position to each control signal required in the CPU. Okay, there are 42 signals and hence each micro instructions will have 42 bits. So if you want to generate a 42 signals, for each micro instructions will have 42 bits. So if you have a 42 bits micro instructions, we have to generate 42 micro signals. Okay, so drawback of the program control is for execution of this micro instructions takes lot of time. Okay, so that's why it is a time taking process, but advantage of this microprogrammed control is a flexibility. That means if you want to add if you want to add anything that is existing one, so if you want to add any instruction, we automatically create a micro instruction and we have to store that micro instruction in control memory. So that flexibility we have this in micro programmed control. So in previous hardwired control, flexibility is not there. That means addition in the existing one to addition to the existing one is difficult. It's not possible in hardwired control, but this is possible. But it is a drawback is it is a time taking process. Okay, so solution for these signals can be grouped because most signals are needed simultaneously. So we for reducing the that means for reducing time. Okay, signals are grouped because most signals are needed simultaneously. Some signals are not required, so in that situation what are those signals are required, only that is going to be set to 1. Okay, so many signals are mutually exclusive. That means only one function of ALU can be activated at a time. Okay, so this is the advantages and disadvantages of the microprogrammed control. Then see this. What are the differences regarding to hardwired control and microprogrammed control? First we have to write the definition, then coming to speed. So hardwired control is speed when compared to microprogrammed control, just now I told you. So why the microprogrammed control is slow, because the execution of micro instructions contains lot of time. Okay, lot of time. Okay, next, control functions. So here the control functions are implemented in hardware. In this the control functions are implemented in software. Okay, flexibility. So in previous video I discussed hardwired control is not flexible. Okay, so this is a more flexible. Okay, so this this is a hardware. So if you want to generate a control signals with the help of hardwired control, we have to use hardware. That's why it is very difficult. Okay, this is when compared to hardwired control, the microprogrammed control is easy. Okay, ability to support operating system and diagnostic features, it's very difficult, and this microprogrammed control is easy. So designing process is complicated because it is a hardwired. Okay, it is an orderly and systematically, that's why it is very easy. Okay, applications mostly risk microprocessors. Those, this risk is we will discuss in next topics. Okay, then mainframe means where we use it, this hardwired control means risk microprocessors. Okay, where we use this microprogrammed control means mainframes or some microprocessors. Okay, next, coming to the instruction set size, usually under 100 instructions, usually over 100 instructions. Okay, chip area efficiency, uses least area, uses more area. So this is the differences of control, hardwired control and microprogrammed control. So this is the microprogrammed control, and last we discussed what is the differences between hardwired control and microprogrammed control. Okay, okay, thank you students.